Ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Hello, everybody. You can all be heard now, so don't see anything too bad. I'm gonna throw in some background music real quick.
Can I say a few things before we start?
Of course, of course.
First of all, very sick intro.
Thank you.
So cool.
Second of all, Dave is still like
So
being
out of
clouded
camera.
out by his like little thing. Come on, Dave, try harder. It's better. Your head's over the thing now.
I mean, he's a dwarf. It's fine. It works.
That's an improvement. Shoot.
I can make you bigger if we want. No, we'll leave it for now. We'll make you bigger next session. You're
Thank
just
you,
little.
thank you for not swearing, Joe. This is a family-friendly channel after all.
True.
Oh, you know, I try to be family friendly.
Okay, so we're gonna do our classic popcorn intro with each other. First of all, thank you all for being here. We appreciate everyone that is here and everyone that will be watching the VOD later on. And I'm gonna throw my popcorn straight off to Josh because he's the other half of the channel.
Please stop this. Somebody else.
Gross.
Hello, I'm Josh. I am the yonchandyona. I play Zach. He is a near human warlock / bard. And I'm also the champion of the local game jam. Thank you. Somebody else. Joe. Popcorn Joe.
Thank you. I'm Joe. I am the runner-up at the local game jam. So second best champion. I play Tau Blondie, a Vect, and when life is not crazy, I also write about video game and video game adjacent things at togglequest.com. And I popcorn to Dave.
Hello, I'm Dave, only name. I play Tacklin Fireforge, possibly, your local dwarven mechanic / gadgeteer, and I'm happy to be here. I'll popcorn over to Mike.
It's fine, guys. I love going last. You know, being picked last in recess. No, I'm just kidding. Hey guys, my name's Michael, also known as Bardic Dice, on all of the socials. I also stream here on Twitch. You can find us on most Thursdays. We'd run a homebrew game called Fates United, which is actually hitting some big backstory fights and boss fights, so it's a good time to jump in there. We were down this week from being sick, but I just got the sniffles today, and you know, no big emotional day, so it should be totally fine to play. But I play Halim, who is an Avia Ra, kind of faithful servant of the sun, with a little bit of a backstory, and yeah, we'll see what happens today. So let's go fun with that one, you know. But yeah, I also came in last at my local game jam, so unfortunately,
Oh,
you know,
classic.
I'm not as good as Josh there, but you know, have to give a shout out there. So
For legal
popcorn,
reasons,
Yona.
I actually came second, but it's fine.
Nobody needs to know, it's okay. So to give a quick recap on what happened last session. A lot happened last session, so I'm gonna try and keep this as brief as I can. Our party split up, and they all ended up in their own mini combats of sorts. We had Zach and Halim were off fighting two separate targets that ended up coalescing in the same area. We have the tracker that was on a Lakshay spy that was a job given to Zach by the captain of the town. And we had a... What's your ability called, Halim, that lets you track someone?
Mark of Judgment, I think.
Yeah, so we had the Mark of Judgment on another person who was in fact wearing a skin suit and had stolen our good boy, Garrick's body, unfortunately. So those two were in the same area, fighting on the streets. They ended up helping each other out. Then we had Tau and Tacklin go off into Tacklin's old stomping ground, where there was a giant hologram in the middle of the room. And for some reason, it had a problem with Tau specifically, so there was quite a lot of combat happened there. He went down once, I'm pretty sure, and then there was some more intense trying to climb inside of his mechanism, I guess. At the end of the combat, he decided to turn himself off to try and avoid the repercussions of that. We don't know what has come of that yet. And then the final fight, we had Zarya, who is now no longer with us, who was fighting in a bar that Tao had found online, that was supposed to be hopefully giving him information about the spark, but it ended up just being a lot of racists that did not want anybody that wasn't a dwarf in their bar. And unfortunately, Zari being a human and Halima being an Aviara, neither of them were dwarves. Halima unfortunately went down in the bar, and that is where we ended last session. So we're going to pick back up on this session with whoever would like to lead the charge. I assume everybody is planning to reconvene within their own individual time frames, because there was an original plan for everyone to meet back at the bar. So I think the easiest way to deal with that is to deal with the people that don't necessarily have any detriments to getting to the bar right now, which would be Halim and Zach, because they are both up, they are both conscious, all those things. So we'll start with Halim and Zach. What are you guys doing after the combat that just occurred?
If I can quickly say something. So as we were, if I remember correctly, as we ended, Halim was like calming Zach down. I just wanted to like say like as like the fire recedes, I wanted to like channel that fire back into Halim and cast a healing, I think cure wounds at 2nd level. I think it
Lovely.
was. Let me make sure. I'm gonna make it there as quick as I can. But I'm gonna heal him regardless of what the heal actually is. And then be like,
Forgot I was at 1 hit point.
didn't you get like a notification during the fight?
Yeah. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Yes. And I look around. Turn back to look at the spy that I knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Or we knocked out.
Being held down by Vikor at this point in time.
Yes, I'm fine. I do cure wounds at 2nd level.
That power of yours, something I know quite well. Thank you. How much did he heal me?
8.
Eight.
Oh yeah, 8 because you're at a higher level cast.
Yeah. Bit of a rough roll, but you know.
We'll talk about that later. So this thing, and it starts looking through his data pad. He's a spy? Is that what you said?
Yes, the guard captain person dropped it off when we asked him for work on the way in. Oh, I could handle it.
Sorry, I said things aren't going well at the bar. We should probably go check in on them.
Yes, and I look back at the spy again. Do you need me? Do you think?
Yeah,
Vikor?
it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Okay, you're asking Halim.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
That should be fine. I still have this.
I'm just going. I have a phone. I don't know if you want to wait with me or if you want to run straight there, but I can call the captain and have him bring someone here, and then I can come with you. I don't think it would take very long.
Meet me there. It's my daughter.
Okay, I'll catch you up. Yes, you
make
go.
sure she's all right.
Yeah, and then I just want to, like I said, I want to call the captain on the sort of burner he gave me, and
Absolutely.
ask for him to send someone to pick up the
Okay,
alive spy I got him, the alive one that has information.
It'd be weird if we dragged him out somewhere.
Yeah.
Got him involved with something else.
On the phone, he doesn't give you any answer. He waits for you to give your details over, and then the line goes silent, and there's a beep to show that the call has ended. Within maybe 5 to 10 minutes, you hear the sound of multiple engines revving coming your direction as you look down the street and you see just a barrage of dwarven men on motorbikes heading your way on these big sort of Harley Davidson type machines, but they're more steampunky and industrial, and as they get closer to you, you realize that they're slightly hovering above the ground, and they have this similar golden orange light that was coming through the cracks of the ground of the planet that seems to be holding them up in the air somewhere. As the captain gets to you, oh, that's a loud song. 1 second. As the captain gets to you, he kicks his motorbike off to the side and just approaches you, puts his hand out for a handshake.
I take it. Could I have taken the katana and the cool mask before they arrived?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
You had 10 minutes in there. You take them off of him. When he arrives, he is covered in blood across his face. He's got like multiple weapons that are like steaming coming off of him. And he just looks over at the guy that's on the ground and goes, that seems about right. Was it just the one?
That I could find. I have heard that they tend to travel in like packs, but no one risked their cover to save him. So
Understood. I appreciate you keeping him alive. I'll give you extra credit for that. Do you have a easy transfer method, or should I just give you a credit stick?
I assume I don't have an easy transfer method.
No.
The stick will be fine. Thank you.
Alright. He pulls out this big, that seems far too large for the job that he's doing, copper machine that he sticks a credit stick into the side of, and he types in a number and then pulls the stick out the side and gives it over to you again. Do you try to take a glance at the number that he's giving you, or do you just take...
Oh, not right now.
No.
It's the unspoken rule. You never look at the number when you get given it. You just act so
Okay.
cool, like, oh, it doesn't even matter how much money's on this ship. I'm loaded.
Cool.
Let's put it
Okay.
away immediately.
Put it in
I
your
hope I'm being
pocket.
shafted. Because they never gave me a number, right? They just
No,
said,
he
like,
never told you.
We will pay you. It's-
He never said any amount, so any
Hey.
amount is better than nothing, you know?
yeah.
He seems very thankful. He sends about 10 of his men to go and grab this guy off of Vicor, who at first holds on quite tightly and keeps an eye on you, and I assume you'll give him the go-ahead. Yeah, then he quickly lets go and just lets these guys take him, and turns to you, Vicor turns to you and says, so, are we running? After Helene?
I was going to, and I turned to the guy kind of went, is there any chance you could provide transport? We have an emergency with some of our crew over at a bar, and I give the bar name and description that I remember. I don't, did we actually get told? We got told where it was, though. I don't remember
Yeah,
what
you got a
it's
pinged
called.
location.
Yeah.
Sent
I
out
show
to you.
him, any chance you can drop us off here?
The guy just kind of like chuckles to himself and like wipes off some of the blood from his face. He's like, you know what? And he just clicks his fingers, and a couple of the guys hop off of their bikes, and they just gesture to their bikes for you to have them.
Oh, I pretend I can ride this thing. I don't fucking. Zach might be able to. I don't know.
He laughs a little at you guys like clambering on, especially Vicor, who's just significantly too large for this
What, he's
motorbike.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah,
he's on like a
scooter.
mini bike basically.
Yeah. And then he gives like a, you know, the equivalent of when you like smack a horse to make it go faster. He does the equivalent of that by like boosting the light that is underneath your bikes and shooting them forward so you don't have time to prepare yourselves when you're on them. So you start shooting off down the street. You quickly realize that every street seems to have a set path on it. So as soon as you join a street, you get pulled into the center of the lane and driven in the center.
Awesome.
So
It's like AI driving.
yeah,
You
you've
know,
been like
okay, cool.
auto-driven. It doesn't know where you're going, so you still need to do the turns when
Mhm.
you get to the right corners, but you don't need to worry about trying to balance the bike or anything like that. Vicor seems to be struggling a little bit. The bike seems to be like kind of scraping on the ground underneath him.
Oh,
But
no,
he's still coming behind you.
I'll start making my way there, and I'll tell I'll be like, Vico, could you keep an eye out for Halim? Maybe we can pick him up on the way there if we go past.
So Halim's been walking or running for about 10 minutes at this point. You're close to the bar, but still not there. They drive past you on these motorbikes, and Vicor slows down and then shouts to you, Zach, basically to just get you to stop your bike. You both figure out how to slow down your bikes pretty easily. And Vicor just gestures to Zach's bike to be like, get down, we're faster this way.
Is that like a? Did you just steal a cop's bike?
We were given them. I also got paid for my job, so.
They're cool.
I have to ride back. All right. Just puts his hand around Zach.
be fair, they never actually said about giving it back.
They didn't.
They actually never even talked about giving it. They just got off and then told us to get on. So
That's
I'm
really
just going to
weird.
roll with it.
Whatever gets us there quicker. It's fine.
Yes.
As you hop onto the bike, you realize that even though Vikor is making this bike struggle with his entire weight, with the two of you on it, this bike seems to be fine. You think maybe the dwarves are made of a hardier stock and they tend to be heavier in general.
Anyway.
So with the two of you on it, you're not covering what a regular dwarf would be on this planet, which says a lot because they wear a lot of armor. And you guys head on off to the bar. Now I'm going to come over to Tao and Taklin, who are in their little shop over there. Taklin, what's up, bro? What are you doing? Your homie is unconscious and
He's
everything's
all the
stopped.
way off. They're all the way off.
So last we left off, he has shut down. I like jammed open a socket,
Yeah.
linked up my datapad, and let my AI Flint go and like try and look at what's wrong and see if it could eradicate all that.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the PC had been shut down because the other entity, I think it might be Harpeg, weirdly enough, has done its work, and the PC was to be shut down for a bit. So
Yep.
it's just silence.
Pure silence after everything that just happened.
All he can do is wait. I think mostly he's gonna look over. I'm gonna look over the data pad mostly just to see any updates, and then also look around nervously a bit.
Okay.
But mostly keep an eye on the data pad. Like I don't want to leave Tao's side during this in case I need to do anything to help them out.
Roll me a perception for some small minor things that are happening on the datapad, and then I'll explain the larger things that you'd already notice.
Okay.
17.
17.
Okay, so with a 17, first of all, you notice that he is rapidly going through a code that looks very similar to the code that you were looking at earlier, but a lot of it is being glitched out and redacted, and he's having to fight against it. You are noticing that every now and then, up in the corners of your datapad, there seems to be this sort of glitchy effect that's happening. It kind of starts pulsing inwards as if it's trying to shut down the datapad. And then Flint is having to stop what he's doing, back out, deal with that, and then go back in. So you see that he's having a hard time right now dealing with this. But eventually, after about 5 minutes or so pass, something pops up in the middle of the screen that is just Flint with like a worried expression going, "Should I wake him up?" and just blinking at you.
Have you found everything in there? Have you found everything wrong? ...
Not everything. That might take a while though. He should function for now.
Is it gonna try and start up again once they're up? Do you know?
Flint zips into the back for a little bit and then comes back on screen. As far as I can tell, they won't be affected for ... a period of time.
Right, a period. Just a period. Okay.
And
Okay.
then Flint just looks side to side awkwardly and like a sweat thing pops up.
No, Flint, you've done incredibly well. Thank you so much. Oh, so worth. Okay. If we leave them turned off for now, we'll still be like on pause. Is it actively working in there?
It
Wow.
was actively working. I put it to sleep.
Okay. Okay. Can I keep you there to keep an eye on it for a second? Because I think I'm gonna go and turn on the PC again, see if my friend has anything more to say about it.
Flint smiles and nods and then starts doing like a heavy breathing to try and calm themselves down.
But let me know if there's anything I can do for you afterwards. Thank you so much.
And you
And
head
I'm
off to the
gonna-
computer.
Yes.
Okay. It's off. It's up to you to turn it back on.
This is a goddamn nightmare. I need some information. I need something.
Press the button. Press
Joe's the devil on my shoulder.
the button.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna press the button.
Okay. You turn on the computer. Do you log in?
Yes.
Okay. As you log in, you are greeted with the same home screen that you were when you came in here earlier, with the everything's organized neatly away. And outside you hear Flint make a loud beep, and then beep 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 beep.
Oh, I run out.
And on the screen is just him going,
Alright, I go back and turn it off. I turn it off immediately.
okay, you go turn it off. And he lets out one long beep, and then it goes quiet again.
Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I sit down and I look over the data pad again.
He Flint is sort of jumping between things, but is actively reminding you that they've put the AI to sleep for now. And has said,
Of course.
maybe take the PC. Are you coming back?
Of course I'm coming back. I'm not gonna leave you here. I'll leave you here.
Find car? Question mark. Do they have cars here?
Should have.
He looks up and you see like a Google bar pop up and just a bunch of searches. And he says, taxi here in 5 minutes.
Love you, Flint. I'm gonna start unplugging the PC, I suppose.
Okay. You start pulling out all the cables, and this big tower of a PC, which is a hardcore PC built for coding AIs, so it's a big boy, with lots of hard drives sticking out of it. So you grab all of that, and abruptly around then you hear the beep beep of a taxi outside, and Flint copies the beep beep on the datapad as well, just in case you don't hear it.
Okay, I'm gonna place the PC down for a sec, unplugged, and I'm gonna head out, greet the cab driver.
You head out to greet the cab driver. You knock on the window rolls down, nobody's there.
I have to lift everything myself, okay. Did that for 6 months, I could do it for another day. And I'll go and lift everything into the cab, including the PC, towel, the notes, of course. That's how I picked up. Everything that's there.
Everything that's there?
No.
The skull?
Everything that we like. No.
Okay.
No, as in like what we came here to get, and the PC
Okay.
and towel.
Okay.
And my data pad, of course.
Roll me a strength, real quick. Just to see how much of a struggle you have with this. It's not too bad. You start to get tired once you get to Tau. Like, the PC was a big, hefty PC, and then Tau is a fully grown being that is in dead weight mode, so it starts to struggle, but you get him in the back seat. And you see Flint keeps popping up. I can wake them. I can wake them. Should I wake them?
If waking the PC had that much of an effect, we shouldn't wake Tao.
And then just the screen just kind of fades.
You want to wake them?
Dot. Curiosity.
Or that, where's this cab headed?
Dot. Good point. Plug me in.
Alright, in another socket, I put Flint into the taxi.
And then after you plugged him in, Flint goes, "Where are we going?" with a big smile.
Well, they were talking about that bar, but... Excuse me, and I head in to, like, open the messaging app. I'll just... Excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to do this if I want to text people. Do you want to find out where we're going, Flint, or not? We can just go somewhere.
Wants a date with Jacqueline. I'm right in front of you.
Jeez. Who do you text?
I'm texting the group chat. We have a group chat.
I was gonna ask, was Zarya's message and then Halim's response in a group chat, or was that a direct?
I think that was a direct message to Halim, as far as I'm aware. So,
Are we?
You can have a group chat. Sure, why not?
Cool. In the group chat, I'll just type out, "Are we still headed to the bar? Could we go somewhere else, please?"
Okay, so the other three people that could answer right now, I guess, if Vicor's in the group chat, which I don't think he is, are currently riding motorbikes and can't reply.
I mean, Halim, I guess Halim could try.
Halim could
try.
Like, I guess I assume only one of us is driving.
Do you pull out your datapad and try to reply during this?
I can try. Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, roll me a oh. Things froze. 1 second. My computer is crashing. I don't know if everyone on the stream can still hear me or not. Fingers crossed. Nobody else can hear me on Discord, but we get there. Oh no. Am I back? Shoot. I think the VOD is still recording. I'm not sure. If it is, everything broke. Everything shut down. Well, I'm gonna stop the stream and recording for now.